This episode is brought to you by Amazon Prime. There's nothing sweeter than baking cookies during the holidays. With Prime, I get all my ingredients delivered right to my door, fast and free, no last-minute store trips needed. And of course, I blast my favorite holiday playlist on Amazon Music. It's the ultimate soundtrack for creating unforgettable memories. From streaming to shopping, it's on Prime. Visit Amazon.com/Prime to get more out of whatever you're into.
Whether you're ordering wings for the game, whipping up a 7-layer dip, or ordering pizza, there's something about football that makes you want to eat. And this football season, Uber Eats has the best deals on game day food. No matter what you're craving, from 2-for-1 pizza to buy one, get one wings, Uber Eats will be dropping new deals each week, all season long. Uber Eats, official on-demand delivery partner of the NFL. Order now. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
Now tuned into the greatest.
The Run with Manny Wilson podcast.
The Run with Manny Wilson podcast.
Chicago to your speakers.
The best sports podcast there is.
Yes, sir. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to The Run with me, Manny Wilson, all the way from Detroit to Chicago to your speakers and headphones. I appreciate you tuning in to the first interactive sports podcast. You know, a community that makes sure your voice is heard. So if you hear something you agree with, you disagree with, you like or you dislike, go ahead, shoot us a quick take, 219-413-9405. And of course, we'll play your take back on our next episode. And shout out to SeatGeek for sponsoring this episode. Get $20 off your first ticket purchase when you use the promo code TheRunPodcast. Now, this code can only be applied for first-time users on the mobile app or our website, so I'm not sure about you, but go ahead, create that website or create that profile and use the promo code. Save yourself $20. There's still some football going on. Obviously, college football is coming to an end, but NBA season is hyping up. Got the NBA Cup games and all of that stuff, so definitely use that promo code and save yourself $20 when you create that account. Anyway, man, you know, one of the first things, too, this is slightly different on how we're going to start the episode, because one of the things that is brought up a lot is, like, you know, when people got their favorite team, you always wonder, like, you know, hey, are you from there? Are you from there? Like, my team is the Atlanta Falcons, and that's the main question I get. Oh, are you from Atlanta? And it's like, no, that's not necessarily the case. So it's a thought of, like, how did you get that as your favorite team? Like, how did they become your favorite team? And that's like the thing that I'm curious about. I want to hear from y'all, of course, obviously, 219-413-9405. Let me know if you have a strange story like me, like I'm going to tell you, then, you know, I want to hear it, because my experience is pretty unique when it comes to, like, having a favorite team. And I grew up in Detroit, and now I live in Chicago. Bears are not my favorite team. Lions are not my favorite team. It's the Atlanta Falcons. So to make the story really quick, how I found my favorite team, when I was choosing a favorite team in football and getting introduced to football, the Lions were a laughingstock. They've always been a laughingstock throughout my entire childhood. They've been a joke. And I've never wanted to cheer for a team that was a joke of the NFL. And I'm like, why would I cheer for a team if I have an opportunity to choose who my team is? Why would I choose the Lions? I don't care that I grew up in the area. I don't care that everyone in my family likes them. I don't care that friends is cheering for them. I want to go in a different direction. I'm not choosing a team that's coming off an 0-16 season that can't win a single game. I just was like, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. And at that time, specifically, you know, one guy who was really, really tearing up the league at that time was Mike Vick. And I had a bunch of Michael Vick gear. I had a bunch of Michael Vick bobbleheads, blankets, sweater. I mean, I had the gear. I was a fan. He's one of the most influential players to ever touch a ball in sports in general. So, I mean, I had all the gear, so I stuck beside it. By the time I got older, you know, I kept following football and kept checking on the Falcons. You know, that's just where it happened to be. I mean, they were not good after Vic left and for some time, but at the end of the day, man, I was like, I'm going to just stick with the Falcons because, I mean, my boy Vic held it down while he was there, and I loved it that he had so much excitement to the game. He made me a fan. He made me a lifelong fan with the Atlanta Falcons. So up until that point, man, I was like, I'm riding or dying. And time continued to go on, Lions was just bad, still bad. Never really kicked it into gear. I just couldn't do it. And I couldn't do it. I could not. I was like, I'm gonna just be honest, bro. I'm not gonna be one of them fans that's cheering when my team is 0-16. Hell no. I'm gonna be honest, bro. And a lot of y'all too. I feel like there's a lot of Lions fans out here that's newer, so they don't really understand like how that really felt, you know? I feel like it's a lot of Lions fans, they're just used to them being good. They're used to them being a subpar type of team. Even when they had Matt Patricia there, like a lot of people were, okay, Lions is winning a game. They actually won this time. Like they were bad, but they weren't to the extent of like, bro, this team is an abomination. They are awful. So it's like, I could not do it, man. And I know for me, the year when they were 0-16, it was just like solidifying. Like, man, ain't no way I'm about to ever cheer for the Lions. Like, I'm just not gonna be a fan. I'm gonna be happy if they're good. Cool, we get something to cheer for. Like I always say, if the Lions end up winning the Super Bowl this year, best believe I'm going to the parade. Will I be hooting and hollering like I'm a natural born Lions fan? Hell no, but I'm there. Best believe that. Like I'm there. It's gonna be fun. It's something to do. It's home. I mean, so it's cool, but it's a weird thing, but man, I couldn't do it, man. Vic was holding it down with the Falcons. He had the league extremely exciting at that time, all the way from 2001 to 2008 or 2009, whatever it was. And man, he had me hooked. So because Vic had me hooked, when I was introduced to football, I was like, I'm staying right here in Atlanta. I'm staying as an Atlanta Falcons fan, and I don't care how good the Lions get, I'm going to be a Falcons fan first. So I'll cheer for the Lions because hometown team, of course, and same with the Bears. They ain't never really had that connection with the Bears. The Bears is just garbage. So I'm like, definitely ain't got no attachment. It would be cool to see the Bears good, but best believe they win a Super Bowl somehow, I would be at the parade too because it's a crucial part of, where I've lived in my experience. So, it's fun just being in the city, that you lived in and being able to celebrate with friends who are here and friends who are Chicago Bears fans. So, it's cool. But I definitely ain't cheering for the Bears hard on Sunday. You ain't catching that. And then for everybody out there too, who loves saying, hey, bro, you always wearing these different hats. I done seen you in a Lions hat. I done seen you in a Vikings hat. I done seen you in a Ravens hat. For people who are always saying those type of comments, bro, just know, man, it's a difference. It's a difference between wearing a team hat because it go with the outfit and wearing a team hat because you actually like the team. It's a major difference. You know how many hats I have in my collection, bro? Like, I got a lot of different team hats. And that don't mean I'm just fans of everybody. That just means sometimes, the little accent red go with the accent on the shoes. That's all it means. It just means that the Lions blue kick out the jeans sometimes. Like, it just, sometimes it just goes perfectly with the fit. So it ain't necessarily that I'm a fan of every team that you see on my hat. Atlanta Falcons is the only team I claim myself as a fan for, but other than that, man, nah. It's a difference now. It's a difference. So you can't immediately jump the gun and be like, oh, damn, you're a Chicago Bears fan? Like, nah, bro, relax. Relax just a little bit. Take a few steps back, because that's not what we're not finna do that. So I got to clarify that. And then with the NBA, man, it's completely. It's not even a question. For NBA, it's not even a question. My favorite team, Pistons will always, probably my favorite sports team in all of sports, honestly. When we talk Real Madrid, Atlanta Falcons, Detroit Pistons, Detroit Tigers, Detroit Red Wings, Pistons is at the very, very top of that list. Very, very top of that list. They will always be the number one team for me. And a lot of that just really come from, when I was little, around that Chauncey Billups, Ben Wallace era and stuff like that, man, those guys really used to make an impact, man. I am living proof that when guys are showing up to camps and helping you on your basketball skills and giving speeches at the end of camps, and they're a part of a team that you already cheer for, it does make a huge difference, man, because they established me to be a lifelong fan when knowing Tayshaun Prince is coming to a basketball camp that I'm at, knowing Rasheed Wallace or Ben Wallace is coming to hoop with us at a basketball camp. Like that helped me establish fandom for life. So anybody who's thinking like, oh, it don't really matter, you know, yeah, they say they do stuff in the community. Nah, man, it really does make a difference because, you know, just even the little free gifts that they used to give out, it made a huge difference. Like, all right, everybody here getting Piston t-shirts. Yeah, it got Meyer on the back of it, but still, to me as a little kid, you're like, bro, nah, hell yeah, I got a Pistons t-shirt with the Pistons from 04 and 05 on it. Hell yeah, you love it. So it's interesting, man. You know, it's interesting. A lot of people always ask that, bro. Like, how do you get your favorite sports team? How are you a fan of this team? What made you a fan of that team? And for me, man, it was just for the NFL. I was selective about it. I said, man, I'm choosing. I don't give a damn. Lions is 0-16. I'm choosing who I want to be my team since I have the opportunity. Because I know damn well a lot of y'all wish y'all could go back and choose a team that you want to be your favorite right now rather than sticking with them sorry-ass Browns or somebody like that. Not to just point fingers at the Browns, because there's a lot of bad Tennessee Titans fans out there. I mean, the Lions fans is just now glowing up. Bears fans is living through hell. So it's a lot of people who would love to switch teams from what they originally picked when they was at age 6 or 7. But for me, I guess I was ahead of my time because, well, maybe not because I picked the Falcons. So maybe I wasn't ahead of my time. I don't know. But I'm always curious, man. How did you find your team and what made you become a fan of the team you're cheering for? It's interesting. It's an interesting conversation. Anyway, look, shoot us a call. Leave a quick take if you're hearing this, man. Of course, I want to hear it. Those on social media, of course, too, I want to hear. But 219-413-9405. Shoot us a quick take. I want to hear about it. We got some predictions coming up too. So stay tuned. We got some predictions and then we're gonna cut into the news. But I guess we can consider this halftime, but not just yet, because you know usually we halftime it right before the news. So take a quick break and then we'll be right back. We got some news and some predictions coming up, but the predictions is first, and these are just on the key games that you gotta look out for in week 15 of the NFL. These are games I'm definitely going to be watching. I know it's a lot of football, but in the NFL, these games I will be looking out for sure. So quick predictions coming up in just a sec. We'll be right back.